Everybody is talking about the way you're feeling. Are you having doubts? Dancing longer as the night comes cold. It's hard to say. Now trouble with emotions, know what to say. Seconds turn to hours, hours turn to days. Tears wanna be yours, still the pain. Never be the same. Now I'm not saying how broken heart. How you turn the world around to be the same. Didn't even know heart and soul. Start. Hey, right. Didn't give enough heart and soul. Right from the start, don't even know. So you tore my world
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. We got more stuff tonight. Some sports stuff. I know everybody misses sports. A lot of people aren't watching it now. Kind of boring watching it with cardboard cutouts in the stadium, isn't it? Sound effects. So, please share the show out. Also, shows are uploaded to BitChute. More than welcome to follow us there and catch replays or share them out. Appreciate it. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Parlay, or become a Patreon. Or if you feel like donating. If you don't, I don't care. You can go to Streamlabs. Oh, I think we'll get right into it with a tweet from Major Tom. If you don't watch Major Tom, catch his show out, The Big Empty, on Periscope. Good show. If you weren't feeling depressed, you will after watching Major Tom. We are witnessing creeping authoritarianism. Authoritarianism. Oh, this must be about Trump. Because Brian Stelter, that's his whole shtick. Wear this mask or be fined. Shut down your business at gunpoint. Take this advice. Take this vaccine. Oh, yeah, here we come with the vaccines. It'll be the greatest vaccine of all time. Maybe the greatest vaccine in history. I don't know. You tell me. And pay your goddamn taxes, peon. Love Major Tom. So let's see where the... Oh, this is a tweet, a retweet of a tweet. Desk-pounding anger from Brian Stelter. We are witnessing creeping authoritarianism in America. You can say it was just a tweet, and you can say he was just kidding. It's still creeping Hitler. Even if the guy is joking. 3 more months of this. Oh, so he already knows who won the election. Awesome,
The
Brian.
New York Times called...
I didn't know you were a Svengali. Here we go. Let's listen to what Brian's got to say.
The New York Times called it Trump's campaign to undercut democracy.
Good evening, Rice.
And you can say it was just a tweet, and you can say he was just kidding. It is still creeping authoritarianism, even if the guy is joking.
So a joke is creeping authoritarianism, apparently. Wow. Can't even make a joke now, apparently. If you make a joke, that makes you Hitler. Awesome. Let's go,
Of course,
Brian.
the good news this week is the Republicans did immediately challenge Trump's musing about delaying the election. And more good news, news outlets did a really good job of truth squatting right away, immediately pointing out in the headlines that Trump didn't have the authority to delay anything anyway.
Truth squatting. Squatting. We're truth squatting now. Oh, boy. And the Republicans. He's all happy. The Republicans agree with me. Yes. I think both sides work together. Tard. Brian hasn't figured that out yet. Of course, he's probably playing for the same team that the Republicans and the Democrats play for. So there's that, right?
But it's August 2nd. The election is November 3rd. There's going to be 3 more months of this. 3 more months of the lies. 3 more months of the sowing doubt.
This from the channel that has been caught running so many fake stories, the Russian collusion story. They lived off of this for 3.5 years, the Russian collusion story, which now turns out to be an entire and complete lie, but they aren't reporting the other half of the story. They only reported, and we can pull up thousands of clips, that Trump is a Putin stooge, a asset of the Russian government. This from the same channel. This gentleman had no problem with that, though. They aren't reporting the other side of the story, which apparently we're hearing more and more of every day, that the Obama administration from the Oval Office was running a spying ring using U.S. intelligence against the presidential candidate. I think somebody did that back in the 60s. Can't remember who it was.
Of the delegitimizing the election. 3 more months of this. And the president still has the keys. He is still behind the wheel. His words still have power in this looming car crash.
Looming car crash. Oh, if you missed last night's Daily Boogie, I was on with Boogie for the second half of the show. We went over some of what we believe is happening with Joe Biden and the election. And I think Boogie and I both agree that Biden and his campaign strategy is to hide. Stay out of sight, out of mind. And he hopes he will win the election by just not appearing anywhere, not being challenged, not doing interviews. Apparently, he is going to do an interview with Fox News. This is breaking news. Maybe we should play this. Oh, maybe we won't. Oh, so apparently Joe Biden's team has agreed to an interview with Fox News. The only problem is Joe Biden will not be doing the interview. His wife, Jill, will. Wonder why. At some point, it stops becoming a conspiracy theory that Joe Biden has cognitive ability problems, and it starts to become a reality. Now, I am in the, and if you ever watch the Speakeasy show, I disagree. It's not going to be Michelle Obama or Hillary at the last second swooping in to save the Democrat Party and win the election. I just don't see that happening. Number one, I think we're almost past the point of no return on ballots. At some point, a name's got to go on. And if they get to the convention time frame, I doubt they're going to have a convention. And I doubt Joe Biden will even speak into a pre-recorded video, because he can't even do that now without messing up the video. And his campaign staff doesn't even bother to do a redo when he makes a mistake reading a script. Anywho. So, the plan is to not debate, stay in the shadows, don't do any interviews, send your wife, Jill, to do an interview and explain what your husband will do as president, because he can't do it himself. He can't explain it himself. So you're going to send your wife, right? Hey, Regina. You're going to send your wife. So if you watched the Daily Boogie last night, I think we're pretty much on the right track that it's not just Joe Biden hiding underground. This is the entire strategy of the Biden campaign. And here's a tweet, and it's from Sean Hannity. So, New York Times op-ed says, country should scrap presidential debates. Claims they never made sense. Seeing a lot of this out of different newspapers and media outlets. Talking about how debates are useless. We don't need debates anymore. Wonder why. Come on, mainstream media. The cat's out of the bag already. Everybody knows he can't do it. And you're still going to push this guy as the front runner. Can't do an interview with Chris Wallace. Has to send his wife, Jill, or maybe it's his sister, to do the interview. I think Boogie and I were onto something. How long can this last, though, is my question. I think Boogie Bumper, and maybe I'm speaking for Boogie, but my take is that Boogie Bumper thinks that they're going to run this all the way through to November But at some point, if you skip the debates, I mean, I've seen the idea floated. Biden shouldn't debate without these demands being met. One of them being, we need to see Trump's tax returns before Biden can begin a debate. Yeah. So they floated this out about a month and a half ago. They've been working on it. Now you're going to see the media in full-blown cover-up mode to make sure, absolutely make sure that Joe Biden does not debate. He won't be debating. There is no way. There is no way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that taking Biden out of the nomination at the last minute and throwing in another candidate, doesn't matter who it is. If it's Michelle Obama, that's not gonna. She wasn't as well liked as the media likes to portray her as being. I remember the school lunch program. Even Democrats were pissed about that. That woman couldn't even run a school lunch program correctly. So I highly doubt that it will be Michelle Obama. And if it was going to be Michelle Obama, and this was already preordained by the Democrat Party, she would have spoken at John Lewis's funeral. Yes, the same funeral that politicians and activists were allowed to attend en masse, without avoiding the rules. See, your grandmother passing and having a funeral, that's a no-no. But for the great John Lewis, yes, we can have people haul his casket over a bridge. We can have a massive funeral, a massive wake. That's okay. Your relative dies? Fuck you. You must follow the rules. I think people are starting to catch on to that. Yes, they are criminals. People are starting to catch on to it now because New York State, Andrew Cuomo just pissed off a lot of people when he went to Georgia. Didn't self-quarantine because he deemed himself an essential worker. Doesn't wear a mask. But people who had a outdoor concert in Southampton, well, they need to go to prison. And in our last video piece, Brian Stelter dares talk about authoritarianism. Are you serious? You've got governors arresting people for opening their businesses, Brian. Where have you been? Haven't heard him bitch about that at all, have you? Hi, Becca. I think we've reached a new level of tard in the media. Unfortunately, there are still... excuse me, I need a drink. There are still quite a few people out there that believe in the media 100%. Just look at them. They're pepper spraying people's lunches in the park for not wearing a mask, not following the rules. Telling people in Walmart, their children, I hope they all die from corona. But Brian Stelter is extremely worried about a tweet from Donald Trump. Even if it was a joke, it's still authoritarianism. It's insane. Oh, here we go. Here's more evidence about what Boogie and I were discussing last night. As predicted, The media effort to help Joe Biden get himself out of debating Trump is now in full swing. Let's scrap the presidential debates, New York Times. CNN political analyst makes plea for Biden not to debate Trump. Supporters urge Joe Biden not to debate Trump. Applaud hosts for canceling over COVID-19 concerns. Biden better walk back any offers to debate Trump. This will be the first presidential history, I think, since the founding of the country, that a candidate will refuse to debate. It's not because Trump has 20,000 documented lies. It's not because Trump didn't release his tax returns. It's because Joe can't do it. When you have to send your wife to Fox News to do an interview for your husband on your husband's behalf, the obvious just bitch slaps you in the face, public. Yet, Joe Biden supporters are out there going, yes, don't debate him. He has 20,000 undocumented lies. In the Wall Street Journal, they're keeping track. Oh, yes. It would have been, but this is the strategy. If you put Biden up in front of Trump at a debate, it'll be painfully obvious, even to the most staunch Democrat supporter. It'll be painfully obvious that Joe is not all there. But when you have the New York Times, CNN, Newsweek, and other political outlets carrying your water for you, Joe Biden, it makes it an uphill battle for Donald Trump. Having a nationwide televised debate puts Joe out there in his boxer briefs with nowhere to hide. If you skip the debates, which is the obvious campaign strategy now, if you skip the debates, now nobody really sees Joe Biden for what he is. A 77-year-old man who is losing his marbles. I mean, I know the people on Twitter posting videos, and there are plenty of videos, not just one video, not two, but dozens of Biden big-time gaffes, fumbling, losing his place. But the Twitter sphere in America only gets you so far. The Trump campaign could run ads, and I think they are starting to run ads. I don't know. The strategy is to run the game out. You got a whole quarter left. And they're trying to run the game out. Run out the clock. Leading by 1 point. When you have an entire quarter left, that's a long road to haul without Biden doing a tough interview. Not an interview with questions like, why did you choose Delaware to give this speech? That was a real question. Exactly. There you go, riding free. If Trump is such a liar, then shouldn't Biden brave it, go out there and say, you lied about this and here's the evidence? The problem is, riding free, when you're not cognitively all there, you can't. You can't do it. You can't bring it back up to the forefront of the brain and say, oh yeah, he's not quick. He'll start a sentence. Maybe he'll even bring something up. You lied about this, and then never mind. You can't. It'll just be painfully obvious to the entire nation at that point. And guess who can't hide it at that point? Like they've been doing a great job of hiding his problems. New York Times, CNN, Newsweek, ABC, CBS, MSNBC. It'll be on national TV. They won't be able to hide it. Oh, I'm glad you're here, riding free, but I hate that. I hate that phrase now because, to be honest with you, I see so many tweets every week on Twitter saying something big is going to drop this week. I don't know about you, but I just want to smack myself in the head a few times when I see that on Twitter. Something big is about to drop. The debate would be awesome to see, but I don't think we're going to see it. I think this is the true strategy of their campaign. If you notice, riding free, he's not been out all that much in public. They ran a scripted Zoom, and they recorded it and sent it out with Biden fumbling all over the place and bumbling. That's right. I agree with you, Becca. If I see one more popcorn gif on Twitter, I think I'm going to vomit. Oh. Someone posted something that said, something big is about to drop. And, everybody put their popcorn gifts up and everything. And I said, something big better drop. This is my opinion. I don't follow Q. I don't read Q. I thought it was intriguing when it first came out. But what got me off track of it, and I kind of avoided it, was I worked fraud for 16 years. And I'm not saying it's a fraud, so I don't want to get anybody's panties in a bunch. But when someone says disinformation is necessary, that's where it lost me. So I stopped following it and paying attention. That was a way back. I think at the very couple of months, that's when that phrase came out. So I said, nah, that's just not for me. I can't. Maybe it's my 16 years working fraud cases that told me don't follow this. And I'm not saying it's a fraud, so if you follow it, that's good. You can do whatever you want. I look at posts when people post them. If it's got some factual information I can digest. But yeah, the popcorn gifts are getting a little... I bet you if I scan Twitter with you for 5 minutes, we'll find a post that says something big is about to drop. So the media is definitely working very hard to make sure Joe Biden does not have a debate. Interesting. Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out. Hello, Donna. So that's a strategy. Hide him until November 3rd. I showed a video, I think, last Thursday, where his handler is got her arm around his arm. And that was shockingly familiar to me because my neighbor, who was a great guy, had the same problem. And his wife would walk him around like that with her arm around his arm. And she quickly escorted him into the car. Can't have him talking. You just can't have him answer questions. You just can't do it. So New York Times, CNN. I think Boogie and I are right. I think his plan is to run out the clock. Like I said, it's the third quarter in the game. And he's trying desperately to make it to the finish line this time. Will he make it? I don't think that's a strategy that will last forever. I think as it gets closer, when you get to October and he's still hiding, hoping to run out the clock, I think that's a bad strategy. And if the poll that came out, I believe it was this morning, is correct, Trump is gaining, whether you believe polls or not, is gaining and passing Biden in a few swing states. So we brought that up earlier, Becca. I think that'll be a devastating blow to the Democrat Party. You're stuck with this guy for this long. And then what about all the people that voted in the primaries? What about them? That's just a slap in the face to all of them. Unless they actually come out and say, but I don't even know if this is going to work. Because if they come out and say, Joe has health problems and he's got dementia and he can't do it. Right? They do this, it's August now, right? They do this in September. That's only 2 months away from the election, right? 2 months. How do you think those Bernie bros are going to feel if they just insert Michelle Obama? And I don't think it's going to be her. I'm just throwing that out as an example. If they throw her in there, how do you think those Bernie bros... What about the Biden... the Biden voters are going to be like, the poor guy, we got to support the people they pick. It will be the biggest scam and biggest fraud on the American public because everybody can see he's got a problem now. You could say that Dems don't care, but a lot of Dems do, like the Bernie bros. They are hardcore. And if they say Biden can't make it the rest of the way and they don't give it to Bernie, you think the riots now are a problem? And Project Veritas has them on tape saying they'll burn the whole damn country down. Imagine that. Bernie was the second place guy, right? Now, Bernie's the second place guy. So if they snub him, For somebody that didn't even run? Wow, that would be like a big slap in the face, and the Bernie bros will go nuts. The whole party, it will burn down in flames, whether you pick Sanders or not. See, they've got a big problem. If the plan, and people believe there's a plan that they're just going to dump Biden in a month. I don't think that's the plan. I think the Democrats' plan is to hope to get him to the finish line by hiding him. I think it would be disaster if they tried to insert candidate C who never ran the entire time that they were having primaries and ignore Bernie. The second place guy, right? The guy that rightfully should get it. He was second place. He ran. Henry St. George, Tucker, bumper politics. Why? The Bernie supporters like to get slapped around a bit. Well, they're happy now because Bernie is able to write Joe's platform because Joe's not capable of writing his platform. Here's another tweet from our James Woods. Joe Biden wouldn't be able to debate even if he were hiding in his basement. James Woods is saying it. He has dementia, which, believe me, I don't wish it on anyone either. It is unfair to American voters, however, that the Democrats' unabashed election strategy is to keep this walking fossil on ice. See, I think James Woods is in line with Boogie and myself, is they're trying to push Weekend at Bernie's over the finish line. There you go. That's why they have not announced his VP pick, because they are making certain that it's somebody that everybody will be okay with being president. It's got to be somebody that the entire base, left and right, of the Democrat base will be happy with. You can't pick somebody that's too far left, because there's no way a far left and Biden, who can barely speak a complete coherent sentence, will win. So it's got to be somebody that can draw the middle and draw enough independence. If it's somebody far left, it won't draw any independence that they lose. I think they are skating it out. They're running out the clock. The problem they're having right now, and the reason they haven't announced a VP pick yet, is because of what I just said. It's got to be somebody that can bring the middle in. Bring the independents in. You can't pick Kamala Harris. If he picks her, he loses, because I think people are realizing he doesn't have. He's not all there upstairs. I've heard people talking out and about while running my business. One woman told me, "What do you think about the election?" And I don't like to say too much to customers. I just said, "Oh, yeah, it's coming up, right?" And she said, "Joe's not all there. I was going to vote for him, but I don't think I can. I know he's got dementia. My husband had it." It's like, oh, shit. See, I think moderate Democrats know that. Exactly, Becca. That's why I don't think they've picked anybody yet. Is there a name on his list that's a moderate? that can draw in independents. I think that's what the struggle is now in the Democrat Party. They are selecting his VP candidate. He can't do it. My good friend and neighbor down the road had it, and I helped out his wife. I helped them all the time. It was horrible. But what I'm seeing out of Joe Biden was I don't know, it was a little past the early stages of what my neighbor was going through. But I can see the signs. He's acting exactly like my neighbor did. So, who will be the candidate? Now, someone leaked out a story that said it was Kamala Harris, but that has still yet to be announced. I don't think it'll be her. I'd be surprised because, quite honestly, you can't seal up the black vote. A lot of black people don't like her. So, that doesn't help you with the African American vote. And she's too far left. It's got to be a woman of color, though, because that's the Democrat strategy. You got this guy with dementia that's 77 years old and he's white. So who will you select? It's got to be somebody that can bring in the independent vote. Clinton ex-White House spokesman says Joe Biden should not debate. When I don't think I can recall in my lifetime the media fighting to prevent a debate. Anybody out there tell me any time the media fought to prevent a debate? I can't recall one. Maybe Susan Rice. I don't know. Abrams comes off too whiny. After she lost, she just whined and told everybody she was cheated. That wasn't a good look. I don't really know who Bass is. Whitmer's white. And
what the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Thank you for the time and Net Donna. Speaking truth. Thank you. Whitmer's white, and she's got a whole lot of trouble in Michigan right now. I don't think she could even carry her own state now. Sean King will change genders and run as Shawnita. Henry St. George. Bumper politics. Why? That's funny. Well, Sean King, he did change races, so it's not a far stretch. Oh, let's see. We got 716 here. I think Joe Biden might have other problems anyway, because I just saw this today. And the FBI just raided the Cleveland office building connected to the Ukrainian oligarch Igor Kolomoisky, who is a principal of the private group. Interesting. Interesting, because I know the media has completely ignored it, but the Ukrainians are actively investigating and arresting people in relation to all of the issues. Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. All of that's getting investigated in Ukraine now. The media is apparently decided to ignore all of that. Yes, people have been arrested in Ukraine in relation to Burisma and government corruption. Oh, Bass is a serious Marxist? See, I think that's why they have not picked a VP yet. Because Joe Biden's, like I said, Joe Biden's cognitive ability is waning. Your VP pick has to be somebody. Because, come on, the cat's out of the bag. I think most, let's say 60% of the American public realizes Joe has some issues at minimum. So that's why the VP pick has to be a middle of the road person. Otherwise, you pick a Marxist, you've lost the independent vote. That's just why they haven't picked somebody. They're fighting. I think the Democrat Party is actively fighting over who to pick. I don't think he's going to run to avoid arrest. I think if they say we want to arrest Joe Biden, America, I think he'll say, Ukraine who? Who are they? I don't know any guy named Ukraine. He won't even know that he's in prison. Let's see what else we got here. Uh-oh. I guess Joe might be in some trouble. Oh. New audio of Biden pressuring Poroshenko to fire Shokin and nationalize private bank. Uh-oh. Where $1.8 billion in U.S. aid was sent and disappeared. Uh-oh. Well, let's play the video. See, hopefully they've got subtitles.
He promised me to give me the statement on resignation. And 1 hour ago, he bring me...
Sorry it's so low. That's how the video was recorded, apparently.
The written statement of his resignation. Great. And this is my second step of keeping my promise. I agree.
Introducing President Poroshenko.
Hey, Mr. President Joe Biden, how are you? Very well indeed. All the time when I hear your voice, it's a great pleasure for me. Well, I'm on Air Force too, and I think we're going to stay connected. We just took off, and I'm hoping this connection will stay open. Assuming that there is a new government and a new prosecutor general, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion.
Oh, shit. I don't know if you could hear all of that. I could barely hear some of it with my headphones. But that's a hell of a lot more evidence than the Democrats had when they impeached Trump. He's directly telling them that he wants Shokin fired and to stop the pressure on Private Bank. And then he'll do a signing with the $1 billion. A public signing. That's what it boils down to. What it boils down to is you fire Shokin and nationalize Private Bank, and I will do a public display with the $1 billion, signing it, making you the hero. That's way more proof than the Democrats had when they impeached Donald Trump. Wonder what they're going to do about that. How are they going to hide that? I think we got one more here before we get into some other stuff. Here's one election issue, and it's the voter fraud, and it's becoming painfully obvious now. Shipments of nearly 20,000 fake driver's licenses seized at Chicago Airport so far in 2020. Boy, that can sway a state's electoral votes to one candidate, can it? Wow. Yeah. Nationalize, take over the private bank. Could be why the FBI was raiding that bank. Interesting. I think Joe Biden might have some trouble. It's not going to be with the U.S. government, though. I think it's going to be with the Ukrainian government. So mail-in voting, as they swept it through, sounds like what New York does with laws. They sweep them through at midnight when no one's paying attention, nobody can debate, and the public does not have a say. So now you've got tens of thousands of driver's licenses, and this is just one airport. Yeah, if you don't think Obama didn't know about what was going on in Ukraine, you're crazy. I think Obama knew everything that was going on, including we're finding out that he was running from the Oval Office the spying scheme on the Trump campaign. Could be why he ran his little White House in D.C. after he was out of office. I think he was still running the scheme. Where's Hunter? That's pretty funny. Well, we'll take a 5-minute break. I gotta get something to drink. I am dry tonight. Holy cow. We'll take a 5-minute break. We'll see you in a few. We'll have some real quick riot stuff and some real quick COVID stuff, and then we'll do some funny stuff. I guess it's funny. We'll see. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note? Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later, Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper. Idiot boogie bumper.
He's really giving that one a workout. Go on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection, the perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like when you're in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't rip! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. Don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats. Here is a testimonial from a great friend of mine who has enjoyed my hats lately.
I hope your next hat is a bullet. Jesus Christ, what are you, fucking Asian Dick Tracy? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to ruin my evening? Like, I was gonna just listen to my buds do their show, and you just gotta do this. You do the show without the hat.
So you're not enjoying it?
No!
Dude, Asian
come
Dick
on,
Tracy.
secretly you enjoy it.
You look like you're going undercover in Argentina, but it's not working.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, come on, you secretly love it.
No, I openly hate it.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
Feeling depressed? Need someone to tell you it's not okay? Do you like goth public access TV? Then join me for The Big Empty every Sunday at noon. Major_Tom on DLive, with zeros for O's, because everything in your life is that difficult.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Bessie. Carry old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Bessie. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us movies. It's our special little spot tucked away on DLive. Enjoy the joy of Bessie. Enjoy the joy of Bessie. Enjoy the joy of Bessie. This just in! The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More idle
Sometimes this world can get you down. There's just one thing you can do. You gotta get back up and shake it all around. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody, boogie pump it tonight. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight. No one's gonna tell me how to boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bumper tonight.
Patriots, this is your favorite Southerner, Doc Martin. Just wanted to remind you to put on your calendars to join me and your favorite ne'er-do-well Yankee, Phil D'Angelo, on Saturday nights, beginning with Promises Kept at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by The Speakeasy with all of your favorite Patriots. You never know what we might cuss and discuss.
That's right, Doc Martin. This is everybody's favorite Yankee, Phil D'Angelo speaking. And on Saturday night, we could have Kimmy, Y Censored, affectionately known as Electrolux, the original Grandma, UK Neil, Rusty and his famous sound test show, Coffee Talk with Sandra, Earth Citizen, Stefan, the infamous Grandma Sears, Mac Daddy may even make a show up, or virtually anyone else in the world for some irrelevant fun.
Yankee, you mean some irreverent fun. So be sure to join us on Twitch, Periscope, D-Live, or YouTube.
That's right, Doc. Follow us at Winning TV on all of those channels.
So be sure and put it on your calendar. We'll be looking for you. We'll leave the porch light on.
I still think it's irrelevant fun.
But why are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
And I'm back. Oh, I had to go get an allergy pill. I feel horrible today. The weather. One day it's over 90. The next day it's like, I don't know, today is only 70 degrees. Raining. So, allergies kicked in. Anywho, let's get to some of the other stuff and then go into some weird stuff. Whoop, wrong button. There we go. At Huntington Beach, 40 churches have been coming together since they were closed down. Friday, over 2,000 people showed up, and as the cops tried to stop it, the people started worshiping even louder. So the cops... Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We'll rewind the video, but first, the cops want to stop people worshiping their religion. I thought we had the Constitution. Guess it doesn't count. Unless you're an Antifa rioter or a Black Lives Matter Marxist protester, then I guess it matters. Then I guess the Constitution matters, right? Because the news keeps saying the right to protest is in our Constitution, but the right to worship is not, apparently. I must have missed the memo on that one. When did the First Amendment get amended? Interesting. The cops are arresting. See, this is why I'm not a big back the blue guy, because there are cops that are bad, just like there are teachers that are bad, just like in every every profession, no matter what you do, there are people that suck at their jobs. But the cops going here to break up a church service when they just stand idly by and 5,000 people take over streets without a permit, loot, riot, smash, beat people up. We live in an upside-down country right now. Becca, 13 teachers arrested for rioting in Portland. That's no surprise. Look what they're churning out of universities and colleges and high schools. Turning out Marxists by the thousands every year. That's why I hate commercials. When I cringe when I hear commercials on the radio while I'm driving around doing my business for my own business. Thank a teacher today. You mean thank the ones in New York City in the rubber room that they can't fire because they're pedophiles and just suck at their jobs? Thank a teacher? Really? How about thanking everybody who goes to work every day and tries their best? How about that? I wouldn't mind a commercial that said that. See, I think the country has been putting people on platforms like teachers, cops, celebrities, baseball players, basketball players. When it's the everyday working Joe and Jane, are they the ones that have to thank them? For what? Doing your job like I do every day? Yeah, I understand, Donna. There are good teachers. Just like there's bad teachers. There are good cops, just like there's bad cops. There, in general, in every profession in this country, there's people that are terrible at their job, and there are people that are awesome at their job. But I cringe when I hear commercials like, go up and thank a teacher today. Why? I work hard. My neighbor works hard. Gotta stop putting people on pedestals like they're something special. That's why when the teachers' unions are running around now carrying coffins saying they won't go to school in the fall, how many people are going to be happy with the teachers' unions then and the teachers? See, it's that dichotomy on Twitter where you got the people, the back the blue people. And trust me, my uncle was a cop. I understand it's a tough job. That job at times sucks, but that's your chosen profession. You do the best you can, right? But the back the blue people are all in on back all cops no matter what. That's wrong too. Because there are bad cops. Like it or not, there are bad cops. Whether they got bad that way, maybe they started out like good cops. Maybe they started out with good intentions, but something changed and turned them into bad cops. I've worked jobs where I tried my best, worked hard every day, became really good at my job, and then after a while I was like, I don't want to be here. This is not what I want to do. So then what happens then? Your attitude changes. Even though you know the job probably just as well as the person that's been there forever, you just don't like it anymore. So you start sucking at your job. Whether you intend to or not, right? Now, schools being a battleground, Donna, I think that's the whole thing that goes back to, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is my opinion. I grew up in the early 70s, early 80s, through the 70s and the 80s, right? Now, back when I was a kid, we lived actually in the city, and it was safe. In the city of Utica, New York. We had factories. The entire neighborhood, all of my friends in the neighborhood, their fathers worked at various factories in the area. In the city. Actually, various factories in the city, I should say. I shouldn't even say the area, because all of these factories were in the city. And all of our friends, their fathers worked at factories. Everybody's mother was home. And here's the thing. Of course, back then we didn't have computers, but we were always outside, hanging out, whatever, going to the park around the corner. But everybody's mother knew what the hell we were doing. You couldn't get away with anything. If you did something wrong, it was like the network of bees, It went from one house to the next. And when you got home and you saw your mother and she had that look on her face, you're like, how the hell did she find out? And to be quite honest with you, when I was a kid, my father took us golfing, fishing. My father took us to the beach all the time when we lived in Utica. And everybody's father worked at various factories in the city. But you also were afraid to do anything wrong. Because, the old phrase, wait till your father gets home. And like clockwork, at 5 o'clock, your father was, a little after 5, your father came home. See, I think that's a big part, is we're missing the nuclear family. Where one parent didn't have to work 13, 14 hours a day. Kids are being raised by the neighbors or friends or the internet or TV. I mean, that's how I learned respect. Unfortunately, all the factories left the city. Now the city of Utica, New York is a shithole. It is. Just plain and simple, it's a shithole. It's going down in flames because they opened a large prison. And what happens in New York State is when they open a large prison like that, they ship all of the New York City inmates to the said large prison. And in addition, your tax payer dollars in New York State go to the families so that they can move to be close to their loved one in prison. Yes, you heard it. That's a fact. Now, if you look at Utica, there must be a shooting every other night. When I was a kid, there were no shootings. It was like a big ordeal if there was a shooting in the city of Utica because it rarely ever happened. Now it happens daily. And all those factories are gone. All the families that lived in those neighborhoods are gone. That's what's happening. So let's get back to it. Here's the video. Here's the video.
You rescue me so I can stand and sing. I am a child of God.
If we didn't know right from wrong, Net Donna, our parents sure as hell made sure we knew right from wrong. I've gotten my keister whipped by a belt and a wooden spoon more than once, and deservedly so. You know what? I'm still alive, and I'm not in prison. See the difference now? Oh, geez. You know what? Let's get into the second piece. I just need to find the first video first to put some context to this young lady. Fair warning, there probably will be some F-bombs in this. I didn't watch the whole thing, but... So if you're sensitive to that stuff, I'm letting you know now. Tweet from Angela Belcamino. 'Cause Trump is a dickhead. I did my first TikTok. Oh, somebody just brought up TikTok in the chat. Oh, the irony. Thank you. Thank you, Becca, for bringing up TikTok. Awesome. The timing couldn't be perfect. More perfect. I did my first TikTok dance. Fuck Donald Trump dance. Pass it on if you agree. You gotta be kidding me. And she's probably a lousy dancer too. I didn't watch this. Someone said it to me.
Fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. If he ever get jumped, nigga, I ain't saying nothing. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. I'm DMing this bitch, nigga, I ain't scared of nothing. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, fuck him. If he ever get jumped, nigga,
I'm sorry. Seriously? I've never been on TikTok. If that's what's on TikTok, oh, Lord help us. We're in big, big trouble. That's TikTok, huh? If that was my sister, my father would have, if he were alive, no matter what her age, would have said, what the hell is wrong with you? He would have, oh, God. Are you kidding me? Oh, Donna. Donna brought up TikTok. Okay. Gotta be kidding me. Well, guess what? She's back. She's got it. She came out, decided that making an ass out of herself on TikTok wasn't enough. She had to go a little farther and do another one. The Liberate America of Trump dance. At least take some dance lessons if you're going to do this. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you brought up TikTok, Donna. Yeah. So this is what we're facing. This has got to be the person posting. Oh, yeah, it is her. Resist. Rollins College alum. We were just talking about how college is churning out a whole crew of morons. So this young woman went to college. Wow. College is overrated. Seriously overrated. Oh, this girl should have gone to a trade school. Definitely not dance school. She should have gone to a trade school. She wasted her money on college. She's probably one of the people looking for a bailout of her student debt loan. How much you want to bet? We'll put money on that. I want a bailout on my student loan debt. Yay, Bernie. Wow. I didn't try to blame anything on you, Becca. Oh. Yeah, college used to be worthwhile. I did go to college. I went to Dell Tech for a while for electronics engineering, but it wasn't really like college. It was more focused on the trade. But then when I moved back to New York, I went to a local community college, and what a joke. I think I was 33 at the time. And they wanted me to spend all this money on unrelated courses. And I'm like, why? I don't need that. No, you have to take these courses, Sociology 1, Sociology 2. I quit after the first class of sociology. I said, this is ridiculous. This has nothing to do with electronics engineering, number one. Number two, the whole entire book was about how humans suck. This is the sociology book. Urban sprawl, humans are killing Mother Earth, blah, blah. I said, this is a climate change book. It's not a sociology book. It's not a sociology book. It's a climate change book. And that's what the whole book was. So they aren't actually teaching the courses. They're giving you a book that says sociology on it. But it really is a leftist agenda. The entire book. So I said, I'm not wasting money on this. This has nothing to do with electronics engineering. Adios. Gretanomics. Okay. I got some funny videos. Since there's no sports, I thought I'd play something funny about sports. And, you know, quite honestly, I don't think anybody cares about sports anymore anyway, because I think after a few games, the ratings for baseball have dropped. More than half of the ratings are gone. So here is a video. Oh, come on, YouTube.
Running down the right side like a crackhead with the rugby ball. And ow! Pop goes the weasel. The weasel says pop. Ask her right now what 5 + 5 is. I guarantee she says my name, Jeff.
Well, Peter, we obviously enjoy when this stuff happens. We don't have to deal with it. We get dogs, cats, squirrels. But I say this is a first for us, Peter. A goose on the field. And I'm telling you why. I feel bad for the security guards that have to chase this thing around because it's just not happening. They probably go home to their wives, and their wives ask, how was your day at work? He's like, I chased a fucking goose around. How do you think it was? Anyways, this could go on for a little bit, or maybe not. The goose is now getting airborne, and it looks like, yes, he will be exiting the stadium. He's going home to his family and his new baby geese that he just has. The nest is just outside the stadium, so... Oh, my God! Whoa! The goose has hit the scoreboard and he's down. That's not good. And well, luckily, there's one of those psychos from PETA or PETA, whatever that foundation is, that cares more about animals than they do the starving children in Africa. Peter, it's like, lady, relax. It's a fucking goose. Chill out. And the quarterback rolls outside, fires across the middle, complete. Oh, no, he's doing it again. A Myles Garrett. That's what we call it when you rip off the other team's heads and bop them with it. Wow. Oh, my God. Shit has hit the fan. Look at the replay.
What the hell
Garrett
kind of
sacks
country is
Rudolph.
this where I can
They end up
only hate a
making out
man
of the
if he's
floor for
white?
a little bit, talking a little shit, and then watch this. Garrett rips off.
Thanks for the diamond, Irrational Times. If you're not following Irrational Times, follow the great Irrational Times. He is very talented when it comes to music. Unbelievable. Some of those songs, you can't get them out of your head.
Off Rudolph's head, and then he fucking bops him right on the forehead, and then all hell breaks loose. My goodness gracious, the NFL hates to see this, Peter. Obviously, Rudolph a little bit outmatched, but this is on another fucking level. Rudolph gets up, talks shit. Garrett rips literally his fucking head off, holds the helmet, and then he just fucking goes all full Mortal Kombat right to his forehead. Punches being thrown. I mean, the emotions in this stadium for the 72 people that are still here. All I know is this, Peter. That's going to be... Watch this. Boom! Right there. Bop. And Mason Rudolph is fucking goo-goo gaga on the sidelines. That's not good. The NFL's not going to like this. If he completes this dive, he is the national champion, Peter. That's not happening, though. My goodness. Look at the replay. I never liked this kid anyway. Walks around with his pink Speedo, thinks he's the man, and channeling his inner Fabriga. I don't know what happened here. He either had a panic attack or shit his pants, but shit went south quickly. And the belly didn't even hit first. It was his cock, and that's got to hurt. He is going to awkwardly swim back to the ladder, and let's be honest with you, that's going to be all zeros. And after the play, a little extracurricular activity. Autry goes up to the referee, shakes his dick in the circular motion, as you can see there. The ref says, what are you, trying to start a propeller plane with that shit? You're down 21, buddy. Go fuck yourself. Colts getting rocked. Well, there was a citation issued. The young man replied, fuck you, piggy. I'm not paying that shit. The cop said, let's dance. Little hook and go action. Finds an open hole. He burns the kid wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. You got to feel bad. And you know this is obviously a bigger rivalry than the fucking Yankees and the Red Sox. We are in sensitive times nowadays, so I will change subjects quickly. It is the Internet 2019. This poor kid is going to have some trouble sleeping tonight as he just got roasted in front of only 45 million people so far, but it's only been 3 minutes. Welcome to the Internet 2019. All right, moving on. And, oh, my God, is that Shrek? Well, either that or Charlie Sheen at 4 a.m. when he's fresh out of Ripper Magoo's, looking around town to see if he can find one, chased by his psychotic owner who will beat the fuck out of him if he doesn't perform well. Anyways, Shrek making his way up the slide. That is pretty good, Peter. Well done. Jumps over obstacle 4 like a little crackhead on bath salts. The little tunnel there should have been a problem, but he said, no, fuck it. Not a problem. I'm Shrek. The owner pointing in every direction.
The announcer's Bob Maneri.
He's making record time. The hardest part is coming up. Zigzag, zigzag. My goodness. Shrek sets the world record. And we take a look at the replay here. It is just brutal. Look at this. Patterson shoving his wrist and his fist. All of it right up Anderson's ass. Kind of worries me, though, because it went all the way up there. I don't know what Anderson does in his spare time, but boy, oh boy, that's uncalled for, and it's going to draw a flag. Unnecessary asshole fisting. To you, Johnny. He has dreamed about this his whole life. Fabriga, the Olympics. Oh, fuck. That is not good. What does Fabriga think this is, a high school pool party? You can see what he does wrong here. I think he took a shit midair because look at his face, and the dive is just horrendous. And I believe the judges are going to rape him for this one. Let's check out what he got. Yep, all zeros across the board. Fabriga is not happy. Let's cut over to John David Pahoyo, who is ready for his next time. Obviously, nobody at this game. They can barely sell a fucking hot dog. Oh, my goodness. Quick check over to first and a quick check to the cock. I can't tell, Peter, if it hit him right in the tip of the dick, if it got the nutsack, or if it just got both. Let's see. Oh, it got the whole entire thing. And the pain is running up his belly. You know how it doesn't hurt right away, but then it fucking kills later. And he's getting...
Bob Maneri. I think it's right up here, Donna. At Bob Maneri.
A little joy out of this thing. I don't know. Another man just touched my cock. I don't know. I'd be smiling too much, but he is back to base. Well, Peter, we are in the cruiser now, and we are chasing not a crackhead, not a criminal, but a fucking cow. That's right, a cow. We believe authorities are saying that the fucking owner left the gate open, and this thing's been running wild in the streets, and quite frankly, the police have no fucking idea what to do. My goodness! He just ran over some random guy. His wife is going to ask him how his walk went. He's going to have to explain that he got attacked by a fucking cow. She's not going to buy it. Well, Peter, we all know what this game is called in America because me and you have played it before, and I'm embarrassed to say I have, but it's called Jizzy Stairs. And as you can tell, you try and get to the top of the staircase that is filled with jizz. And meanwhile, if you slip, you're going to take out the rest of the people. A lot of Asians here tonight. We love that. We're a big fan of the Asians at the Bob Menery Sports Network. Well, my producer is now holding up a sign that says, "Stop talking about Asian people, Bobby." So we will change the subject. Peter, it is interesting how they got all this jizz onto the staircase. Meanwhile, there's some on that guy's face, which is absolutely disgusting. But, I mean, do a bunch of people come in here the night before, stand over the staircase? I mean, how does this work? Well, they're saying they just have buckets of it. Well, there goes my lunch. Well, Peter, obviously slow day for college football. We are bringing you live now to the streets where there is a crackhead loose with no shirt on, going absolutely nuts. The cops have him cornered, and it's, oh my fucking goodness gracious. Wouldn't want to be that guy right now as he gets rocked by the Incredible Hulk in human form. Lesson here, folks. Don't smoke crack. It's bad for you. Well, I'd be pissed, too, if I was cooped up in this fucking yard with little shits banging on the glass all day. Let's dance Mama Gorilla versus Doug Gorilla. Right hooks flying. These two are obviously frustrated. All they want to do is rip that glass open and just fucking bite one of the kids' heads off. Bang on the glass again. See what fucking happens. And Kenny Johnson just off the green, Peter. He is not distracted, because there is right now a deer sucking off another deer on the side of the green. Look at the replay. Stays down, stays through it. The ball releases to the hole, but once again, a deer is sucking off another deer. And here at midfield, punter muffs the football, muffs it again, and oh my goodness gracious. Thoughts and prayers are with that one. He may no longer be with us. Meanwhile, on the other end, touchdown, but let's go check in on this man's status. Look at this. He almost gets fucking decapitated at midfield. That is the definition of getting fucking rocked.
Whoa. I didn't know the deer was in there. I watched half of it. Oh, shit. Whoops. Oh. All right. We got more sports stuff. Most funny, we'll see. And crazy moments in fans. Okay, this is the fans that we don't have anymore. We got empty seats now. We got empty seats. We don't have fans.
Oopsie.
Ooh, I take it she was on the Jumbotron when that happened.
Give me wings to fly. We can be alone. Castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to
But extraordinary about the shot. Then, for one example of supreme coordination, you go to the opposite end of the scale. But it's kept the cup. It just spilled it.
Won't you take me home?
Wonder if she's one of those robots that Boogie always has on his show. She looks like one of them.
We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to the castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home?
3 of 33 from the field. Come on.
People fighting over the hockey stick almost choked this guy to death.
Give me the ball. You gotta play. You know things are going well when you can relax and have a little fun during the game. See, that's great.
I can wait another minute.
Oh.
Another second to be with you forever.
Oh, another snub.
I feel like I am in a daydream. Every moment that I spend with you. With you. Won't you take me home and give me ways to fly? Wait to me alone. Castle in the sky.
Lucky the ball didn't go in there, Pint.
It is. It's right in there. That's the problem.
Oh, no, it's a shocker.
Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home?
See the kid looking straight into the camera. I love
Oh, Greta at an early age. Oh, nothing like getting caught picking your nose.
Not blinking. Flared the nostrils, try to lock in.
Not blinking either.
Perez.
Not an artistic success.
Oh, just gross. Oh my God, people are crazy.
Look at
Oh man, I gotta back that up a little bit there. Some guy tackled a little kid for a baseball. Are you serious? I gotta back that up. I gotta see that. Oh man. Oh God. He's a face painter.
That would be distracting.
Oh dear, oh, that's just disaster. That. Oh no! Oh goodness! Oh my word! Just a smile. Come on, you can smile. It's fun.
Oh! Still hasn't moved.
This guy just staring. Holy shit. I'm on the phone, all right? Oh, shit. Oh, man, he took a bath. That's all I got for you tonight. We'll see you Thursday night, 6:30. Maybe we'll do some call. Maybe I'll try to get a guest on for the second half of the show. Hopefully we got some better news for you on Thursday. If not, I hope you all stay safe. Share out the show. We'll catch you on Thursday. It might be a call-in show. I might get somebody for the second half. Thank you all for coming. The replay will be uploaded to BitChute, so you're more than welcome to share it out. Thank you all. I'm going to open up the chest. I almost forgot. Later, Irrational Times. Make sure you follow the great Irrational Times on YouTube, DLive. I miss trivia, so I hope I catch a trivia here soon. Opening the chest. Oh, Rational Times and Becca. Congratulations, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. We'll have more stuff and maybe a call-in or a guest. I'm not sure. We'll see you, though. Have a great night. Stay safe.